Hey guys, good morning. Welcome back to our channel, the Eaton Squad. My name is Addie. So for today's video is the Bureau of Immigration Guide on travel restrictions on who are allowed to enter the Philippines with the corresponding travel documents that you need to have for September 19 until September the 30th. Details coming right.
Behind closed doors, I'm a fool for your love.
So with the new travel restrictions, with the updated list of green list country, yellow list country, and red list country, the Bureau of Immigration has released on who are allowed to travel the Philippines this time. In this video, we are going to talk about the different types of traveler who are allowed to enter the Philippines starting September 19th until September the 30th. We also have a guideline on specific travel document requirements that you need to present during check-in at the airport and when you do the immigration process when you arrive in the Philippines. So let's get started. So the following passenger type are allowed to travel to the Philippines from September 19th until September the 30th. Number one are Filipino citizens. So Filipino citizens are those with permanent residency in a particular country, just like the US, Canada, or Australia. So they possess a green card or a permanent resident card. So for travel documents, you will need a valid Philippine passport and of course your green card and your permanent resident card. If you are traveling with your foreign husband or kids, you need the following documents. Of course, the valid foreign passports of your foreign husband and your foreign kids, as well as your marriage certificate and or the birth certificates of your children respectively. If the foreign husband and children are traveling with the Filipino national, they don't need to secure the 9A visa anymore. So these documents that are on your screens right now, these are the documents that will be asked when you travel to the Philippines as a Filipino citizen. So I do get a lot of inquiry that, hey, I am a green card holder in the US. My husband wants to travel with me to the Philippines. We are bringing our kids. Do I need to secure a 9A visa for them? The answer to that is no. If a foreign husband and children are traveling with the Filipino national, they don't need to secure the 9A visa. You only need to secure the 9A visa if you are a foreign husband of a Filipino national and you are traveling alone. We will talk more about that later on. But for this category, Filipino citizens, those are the documents that you guys need if traveling alone or traveling with your family, which is your spouse and your children. Next are dual citizens. Dual citizens, these are Filipinos who went abroad, have naturalized, then applied for dual citizenship. So you were able to retain and reacquire your Filipino citizenship even if you are a naturalized citizen on a particular country. You too are allowed to enter the Philippines if traveling alone. So this is what a dual citizen gets so confused. I applied for my dual citizenship. I still have my Philippine passport. It's not expired. Can I still use it? The answer to that is no. Because when you became a naturalized citizen of a particular country, the Philippine passport that you have during that time becomes null and void. Now, when you applied for the dual citizenship, you have to secure a new Philippine passport for that. So I hope I don't get you guys confused on that. So make sure if you become a dual citizen, apply for a new Philippine passport. In case you cannot apply for Philippine passport just yet because Philippine consulates abroad has no available slots for passport appointment and all that stuff, you can use your dual citizenship document in lieu of your Philippine passport. So those are the two travel document requirements that you will need. Your valid foreign passport or Philippine passport if it's available, Or in lieu of the Philippine passport, you can use your dual citizenship documents. If the foreign husband or kids of the dual citizen is traveling with her, they only need, of course, the valid foreign passport of your foreign husband and marriage certificate and or birth certificate of your kids respectively. They as well don't need to secure a 9A visa anymore as long as they are traveling with you. Our third category is former Filipinos or balikbayan. Former Filipinos or balikbayan, these are Filipinos who went abroad, have naturalized but did not apply for dual citizenship. They as well are allowed to enter the Philippines under the balikbayan visa privileges. So here are the travel document requirements that you need if entering as former Filipinos or balikbayan. Of course, your valid foreign passport, your old Philippine passport, or your PSA issued birth certificate. So if you have your old Philippine passport, that should be enough document for the airline and during the immigration process in the Philippines. If you don't have your old Philippine passport, you can use the PSA issued birth certificate. This is to prove that you were a former Filipino before. If the foreign husband or kids are traveling with you, all they need is their foreign passport, the marriage certificate, and or birth certificate of the kids respectively. They too don't need to secure the 9A visa as long as the foreign husband and kids are traveling with the former Filipino or balikbayan, and they can avail the balikbayan visa privileges, which is 1-year visa-free stay in the Philippines. Our next category are foreign nationals with 9A visa. So under this category, we have the foreign husband of a Filipino national. If he is traveling alone to the Philippines, these are the documents that he needs to secure before he is allowed to enter the Philippines. Number 1 is valid foreign passport. Make sure that your foreign passport has more than 6 months left after you have returned in your country of origin. So if you are coming from the US, make sure that you still have 6 more months on your passport after you have returned to the US, because the 6 months rule on the passport does apply in the Philippines. Number 2 is the valid and existing visa, which is the 9A. Then the marriage certificate. So they do ask the marriage certificate from the foreign national if he's traveling alone under 9A visa for a foreign husband of a Filipino national. Another category of foreign national under 9A is the foreign parent of a Filipino national. These are the documents that you need and able to be allowed entry into the Philippines. Number 1 is a valid foreign passport. Like I mentioned earlier, the 6 months rule on the passport does apply in the Philippines. Then you have to have the valid and existing visa, which is the 9A visa. Then the birth certificate of your child. So if you are flying to the Philippines as a foreign national under the 9A visa of a foreign parent of a Filipino national, these are the documents that you need. Another category of foreign nationals who are allowed to enter the Philippines are the 13A visa holders. These are foreign nationals that possess a resident card in the Philippines, or also known as 13A. So these are the must-have travel document requirements to be allowed entry into the Philippines. Number 1 is valid foreign passport. Number 2, valid and existing visa, which is the 13A. You will also need your ACRI card. The ACRI card is actually provided by the Bureau of Immigration if you have applied for the 13A. So this is how the 13A will work. When you get approved with your 13A, they will stamp your passport. That's your visa. That's why they said valid and existing visa for 13A, because they will actually stamp your passport for the 13A. Plus, they will give you your resident card. This is the ACRI card. These two will have to go together. These two will be presented during the check-in before departure, and this will be checked during the immigration process in the Philippines. You are eligible to apply for a 13A visa if you are married to a Filipino national. So you also need to bring your marriage certificate with you because this will be checked as well. And the last foreign national category who are allowed to enter the Philippines are the SRRV visa holder. So these are special retirees visa. The following are the travel document requirement that you need in able to be allowed entry into the Philippines. Number 1 is your valid foreign passport. Number 2 is your valid and existing visa, SRRV. Then your ACR I-card. With SRRV visa, you don't need to be married to a Filipino national and able to avail one. Unfortunately, the SRRV visa can only be applied in the Philippines. You're not be able to apply this type of visa when you are abroad. So those are the type of passengers who are allowed to enter the Philippines starting September 19th until the 30th of 2021. So please be guided on the different travel restrictions, different quarantine and arrival protocols. If you are coming from the red list country, yellow list country, and green list country, we have actually uploaded a video on that because it varies when it comes to your quarantine on where you're coming from. If you're coming from the green list country, you will only undergo 7 days quarantine. But if you are coming from the yellow list country, you will undergo 14 days, 10 days in a hotel, and 4 days home quarantine. For red list country, unfortunately, these countries are on travel ban to the Philippines until September the 30th of 2021. And the only exemption to this to be allowed entry into the Philippines are those who can avail the repatriation flight of the Philippine government, bayanihan flights, or special flights. Meaning, only Filipino citizens are allowed to enter coming from the travel ban country on special flights or repatriation program of the Philippine government. So I hope you guys can use this video as reference if you are flying to the Philippines and are one of those who are permitted to enter the Philippines from September 19th until the 30th of 2021. Thank you so much guys for watching. If you find this video helpful, please give it a thumbs up and share it with your friends and family whom you know that can use this video as reference. If you are new to our channel, welcome. We do travel updates, and if you're not a subscriber yet, please consider subscribing and don't forget to hit the notification bell so you will be notified on updates like this. And to our subscribers and new subscribers, thank you so much for the continued support and trust to our channel, the Eaton Squad. I hope to see you guys on our next travel update. Stay safe, stay healthy, and God bless everyone. Bye.